Greetings. What I'd like to talk about with you now is the idea of tuning into other frequencies, the idea that we can switch into alternate dimensions, sometimes in seconds. And I'm going to discuss this a bit and then give you a small exercise you can try for yourself to see if this sort of thing can work. Tuning into a higher frequency for just a few seconds can bring you into another dimension of perception. This is a highly positive thing to have happen. It means that you alter your idea of reality in remarkable ways. You live in a sea of frequencies. We do, all of us. You have no evidence of them outside your 3D experience. There's no scientific proof, even of what your eyes see, for they are simply serving as the translation device for the brain, which then sorts your vision according to your beliefs about what you think you see. We know there are wavelengths of light we cannot perceive, but animals can. Yet we cannot record those either, only guess at their parameters, at what the animal is seeing. We have no proof what color we are seeing. Is my red the same as your red? Is the color of leaves on the trees a uniform green to us all? Do we know for sure? The work of Dr. Oliver Sacks frequently points to how our brain interprets everything we see, not as a fact, but as if it is designing a vision strictly for our individual self and need. It's pretty fascinating. As people in the collective, we agree when we see a chair, a gun, a crowd, bricks in a wall, sidewalks, river paths, but can anyone absolutely prove these things are there? Not I. Not scientists, though they will claim vociferously and with disdain to their dying breath, there is only the world of the five senses. The Webb telescope is revealing the past of the universe, but does it see what's there or what used to be there? I find the Star Trek universe more believable than the constructs that our scientists have created to explain what they don't know. Entering some form of creative expression does expand our grasp of something more, but most of the time we are caught by our inner chatter. More often than not, this is exhausting mentally and emotionally. Hey, that's life, some say. Is it? Yes, if you believe a three-dimensional reality is all there is. But here's the thing. There are ways to access other dimensions. You can do it, as this saying goes, in the spin of a dime or in the turn of a dial on an old radio. Years and years ago, I came across this metaphysical exercise from books by Jane Roberts, books which are among the events in my life that have changed my perception of everything. They are powerful, especially in the nature of personal reality, and the two-volume set, The Unknown Reality. This exercise works every time I do it. The big question is why don't I use it more often? Why don't I do it more often? And I haven't got an answer for that. Not yet. Still, the exercise has been a form of inspiration to find out how I can let go of familiar and enter the unknown is an ongoing adventure and brings a spiraling expansion of the inner self. That's what I have found. Living in a higher frequency or in a parallel world, even for a few seconds or as long as a minute, shifts our understanding of who we are and gives a hint of how much more we are than we think. Not how much more we can be, but how much more we are already when we discover we can let go of the 3D limitation of our perception, however briefly. It's something ongoing. Well, if you dare, and it's a very easy exercise. Do these steps. Imagine an old radio like the one in the 1930s, which just is an analog radio with dials in the front. No digital qualities at all. If you've seen such a thing, wonderful. If you haven't, then just imagine it. For some of you, this may be the first time you've thought of such an object from the early 20th century. Place this radio imaginatively somewhere in outer space with the blackness of space behind it and maybe some stars twinkling here and there. If you like, you can imagine you see the Earth below and off to your right, a great blue planet turning on its axis. Look closely at the frequencies showing in the radio's small window. Assume wherever you see the vertical marker is the frequency you exist in now. That is, the 3D dimension you are in, of which you are always aware. With highly focused attention, see your hand moving the tuning knob on the radio to the left or right, no more than 1/8 of an inch, knowing that by doing so, you are leaving your 3D perceptions entirely. Plan nothing, think nothing, just stay open to the feeling that arises when you do this for a few seconds. Then return the marker to where it was, which is the comfort zone of your 3D reality. Repeat the process only the second time. Move the marker to a frequency 1 inch away from your own. Hold it there for 30 seconds. Remember, no thinking, no plan, just feeling. Move the marker back to your own frequency and leave the exercise. Immediately write down what you experienced, if anything. If you decide to try this again, you can vary the length of the time you sustain a different frequency and alternate different frequencies at will. No two dimensions you encounter will feel the same, and feeling is the key point here. After a while, you may see images and objects and colors in that alternate frequency. I find whenever I do this, want to do this, choose to do this, the radio is already in that outer space blackness, as if suspended there forever, waiting for me to do the exercise again. Lastly, take a moment and ask yourself if you see your 3D dimensional world the same way. I find every time I do the exercise, I experience a shift in my own perception, as if I have brought some part of another dimension back with me, and it becomes a source and trigger of my own inner ongoing expansion. Let me know in the comments if you decide to do this. Thank you.